Nazi soldiers unleashed their attack dogs, ready to let them tear an old man to pieces. But to everyone's shock, the old man calmly struck a match and set himself on fire. Flames roared across his body, the heat and blaze forcing the dogs to back away in fear. The German officer shouted, "Fire!" Gunshots echoed through the forest. Desperate to survive, Andre threw himself into the river. He grabbed a handful of weeds underwater and sank to the bottom, holding his breath. The Nazis lined up along the riverbank, guns raised. They were certain he couldn't stay under long. Sooner or later, he'd have to come up for air. And sure enough, 30 minutes later, Andre surfaced. The soldiers immediately opened fire. Blood spread quickly across the water. Thinking the job was done, the officer ordered one of his men into the river to retrieve the body. But when the soldier dove down, there was no corpse, no sign of Andre at all. Just as confusion set in, Andre appeared like a ghost behind him, knife in hand. With one swift motion, he slit the soldier's throat and sucked the last breath of air from his lungs. As blood-red bubbles rose to the surface, the Nazis on shore froze in horror. The officer shouted again, "Send more men down there." It was suicide, and within a minute, the river turned red once more. The remaining soldiers panicked, jumped into a small boat, and tried to flee. But before they reached the bank, a single gunshot rang out. One man, one bullet, dead instantly. What terrified everyone was what came next. The boat kept drifting forward. When it finally reached shore, they realized the truth. Andre had been hiding under it the whole time and used it to cross to the other side. But the Germans weren't about to let him go. He was carrying stolen gold. The officer ordered his men to set up a machine gun and open fire. Bullets tore through the air. Andre grabbed a fallen soldier's body and used it as a shield, barely escaping with his life. But his nightmare wasn't over yet. The Germans had another plan. They released the dogs. Dogs have a keen sense of smell, and this one had once belonged to Andre himself. It didn't take long for the animal to find him. Overwhelmed with emotion, Andre reached out to embrace it, only to realize in horror that explosives were strapped to the dog's body. An ear-splitting explosion followed. The blast sent him flying, and everything went black. When Andre opened his eyes again, he was in German hands. They didn't shoot him right away. Instead, they decided to torture him slowly, to make him suffer before he died. They tied him to a wooden post and hoisted him up. Every pull of the rope felt like his body was being torn apart. Before long, he stopped struggling, hanging limp and motionless. Before leaving, the Germans mockingly placed a gold bar on his chest. But they didn't know Andre was still alive. To survive, he jammed a steel rod from the post into his wounded leg, using the pain to stay conscious, easing the pressure from his neck so he could breathe. The next morning, a German fighter jet roared overhead. The force of the air shattered the wooden post, and Andre fell to the ground, alive. He'd survived. But as he thought about the gold that had been stolen from him, rage burned deep within his chest. He swore to himself he would take back everything that was his. From that moment on, a bloody path of vengeance had begun.